Hey everybody, it's Uber Dante, and this is a Dante Plays video. And today I've got something a little bit different. This is a solitaire game based on Shogi. So I have this old Shogi board here. I'm not really, I actually don't play Shogi. I don't know it. I just learned how the pieces work to play this game, and actually found this on a Geeklist that's by Karen Robinson. She has a list of various solo games you can play with abstract board games like chess and whatnot. So this was on there. This was This game's been out for a few years. It was designed by someone named Chinnu, and the rules are out there. They're in Japanese and in English, and it's a pretty fun game. I've learned it, and I've been playing it a lot, so I thought I would show it off here. Now, Shogi's got 8 different types of pieces, and so you're going to take 2 of each type, make kind of 2 different sets. So I have one up here, and you're going to first you're going to randomly put them down here in a kind of order, random order, and then you'll take another set and randomly put them in a 3x3 grid, including a random blank space. So this blank space could be anywhere as well. And there's 2 different ways you can play. I think the base rule has you orient all the pieces in the same direction. But I like this variant where they're just you randomly choose a direction for them. Now that's kind of a lot of work to set it up. You have to pick out the pieces by random, figure out how you're going to do this random, where you're going to put this blank one, and how you're going to orient each one. I actually have the game on playingcards.io, and it's got a setup, so I'll show you like that. So I'll leave a link for this as well, so it has how each piece moves. And when you hit the deal button, it gives you a new random setup. So I just get the setup from there, and then I prefer to play it with the physical pieces. And the way you play the game is there's 7 challenges that are represented down here. So your first challenge is to capture the first piece, and you have to capture it using the second piece. The second piece has to capture the first piece. And once you've captured that, then the second challenge is to capture the second piece with the third piece, and so on down the line. And the 7th challenge is to capture the 7th piece with the 8th piece, and that's the end of the game. I've written how each piece moves down here, so I'll just kind of, when I get to that piece, or when I get to any of the pieces that I'm moving, I'll just point those out. And so you can move any of the pieces by using their regular shogi move, or you can just slide it like a sliding puzzle. That's 2 ways you can move it. Now, when you slide it like a sliding puzzle, you're going to keep note of that. I've got these the opposite side of this board is a go board, so I have these little black and white go pieces, so I'm going to put that there. So every time you slide, you're just recording, and the goal is, it's going to depend on your setup, how many times you have to slide, but the goal is to not slide very often. So the rules say the fewer times you slide, the happier you will be. Depending on the setup, I've come across the setup where I can solve it without sliding. Usually I set myself a goal of under 10, but it's kind of random. But I'll just play through it, and you can see how it goes and see if this might be a game that you would like to try. So first we need to capture this piece. This piece kind of acts like a bishop, and we need to capture it with this piece, which is the gold general. And gold general can pretty much move like a king in chess, except they can't move in every direction. Now, the orientation does matter. So, like, this piece can move in any direction except for these two, because it's pointing this way. And this is important for some of them that just move in one direction. Okay, so I need to use this piece to capture this one. Okay, so how am I going to do that? And let's see what we have. So this, I can move any of the pieces, but right now I don't think I can move anything. So this moves diagonally, so I can't do that. Everything's blocked here. This one, the one move it doesn't go is diagonally down, so I can't capture it like that. So I'm going to have to move something. This one is silver. Doesn't move. It's kind of hard to see. Doesn't move left and right. So I'm kind of stuck here. I'm going to have to do a sliding move at some point. So let's do... What's the best way around this one? I guess I'm going to have to slide this. Let's just slide this one over. So that would be one move. So I'll put it over here maybe. And slide this one down. This one only goes forward one piece. Slide that down. That's another slide. Did I want to do that? Yeah. And then the gold can move down. It can move backwards. So I'll move this like that. And it can also move side to side. So then I can capture it. So the last two moves, we're done with shogi moves. So I don't need to keep track of it. Now, when you capture it, you're actually going to swap the two pieces. That's how you capture it. So this will capture the piece, and you'll slide the other one where the capturing piece was. So you're going to kind of swap those, and then you also flip over the captured piece to show that it's been captured, and there's a different character on the back. And you'll flip it over down here as well, so you know where you are. Okay, so that's the first round, first challenge. And so my next challenge is to capture the gold general with this piece, which is kind of like a knight, but it only moves forward 2 and left or right 1. That's the only. So this one is right here. Fortunately, it's in a good spot actually, so I can move it to here or here only. Obviously, you can't go outside of the 3x3 grid, but even so, I can't. Like, this is not a legal move either way. It only goes forward 2 and then either left or right. Can't go backwards or anything like that. So this one can be kind of tricky. It's in a good spot here. It's in the back and it's facing that way. So I know I can get there. So the gold can move here. That's a legal move for gold. And then legal move for the knight is to capture that. And flip that over. Okay, and then I'll flip it over here so we can move to the third challenge. So third challenge is to capture the knight with this flying chariot. This kind of acts like a rook. So that's right here. That should be easy. I can't jump over a piece. I can jump over. These are kind of like blanks, so I could jump over a blank. The only ones that can do that are this chariot, this one, the ones that can do more than one move. I can travel more than one move, so you can travel across. If you have to kind of this lance one as well. So these three can actually go over a piece, but only if it's a flipped over piece. So the king here is in the way, but I can just move that down. That's the king. They can move anywhere. And then now I can just slide it. And I can kind of think, do I want to put it here and then here, or do I want to go all the way and put that one here? It doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, let's just do like that. And we'll flip this one over here. Okay, so the next one is I need to capture the flying chariot with the king, and that's right there. So that's good. And I'm gonna kind of look ahead because my next one is I need to capture the king with the pawn, and it's down here. So ideally, I like it to be over here, but people are in the way. Don't know if I can get around that. But I'm gonna try not to think about it too much. Maybe I'll just move this one over here, so at least it'll be in this row. It's gonna be in the way no matter what. Maybe leave it there. No, let's do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna capture it. And yeah, once you start moving along in this game, these pieces kind of are in your way. And these pieces, once you flip them, they can be moved, but you can only move them by sliding. So like I can't move this like a knight anymore. I can't move this like the bishop anymore. Okay. All right, so we got rid of that one, and now we have to do pawn here. So I want it. What's the best way to get there? I'm not sure. Can I move that up there somehow? I'm gonna have to slide something. So now it becomes kind of like a sliding puzzle. Do it in the fewest moves as possible. And I can only move up and down and left, right, I believe. So I guess we'll slide this one. Let's move that over. That's a legal move. Let's slide this one up. That's one. Let's move this guy down here. That's legal move. Let's do a sliding move here. So we're at 4. And we'll do a sliding move there. That's 5. So I just arbitrarily say, like, if I can do it in 10 moves, it's good. So I'm already at 5, so I'm halfway there. So now I can capture the king with the pawn. And next challenge is to, this is going to be bad. I need to capture the pawn with the incense chariot. This is, or lance, I think it's called. This one just goes like straight up as far as you want it to go. So it's not much better than the pawn in this ace, and it's facing the wrong way. So I lucked out with the knight earlier, but not with this one. So somehow I have to get these around. What's the best way to do that? Okay, this guy can move up here. So let's slide that down. That's another slide. Can get that guy. That's a legal move for silver. I guess I just like slide. So this one only goes forward, so that's another one. Slide. Is that right? And then I can move this one forward, that's not a problem. And then I can capture that one. Okay. So that one is captured. And the last challenge, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this in 10 now. Last one is to capture the lance with the silver general. Silver general is here. Silver general does not go left and right, so I can move the silver general here. But then I'm going to have to move something to get it there. Well, let's just move. We can do it in 10. We'll slide this over here. That's my 10th move. And then I can use the silver can go down. So, capturing that. And that is the end of the game. So I've been playing this a lot. I really, it's kind of relaxing, kind of fun. You can't really lose. I just arbitrarily set a score of 10 as like winning or losing for myself. But, you know, I'm not sure how much better I could have done than this. Sometimes you're going to get a setup where everything's kind of placed poorly for you. So just the setup's not going to be able to allow you to get there. I will show you a kind of setup that I found that's you can get a perfect score. So if you want to try that, so it's not. Some people might say, "Well, I'm going to play it, and I don't know if that was a good score or not." But this is kind of a fun activity to do, and really helps you to learn these pieces as well if you're interested in shogi. And I'll share the online version that I made, the playingcards.io version, if you want to try it out on there. And let me show you that perfect setup next. Okay, so here we have a setup that guarantees you can do it without needing to slide. So I'm sure there's a bunch of these out there, but this is just one I happened to come across. And yeah, my scores vary from, I think my highest score is like 23 or something. I've had scores of, 2 or 4. And this was one that I had a score of 0 with. So if you want to pause the video, take a screenshot or something. So if you want to try this one, you can see if you can get a perfect score as well. And that's it. Thank you for watching.